Alrighty. Look at this thing I drew. Isn't that kind of intense? Howdy doody do. I've never said that before in my life. So I've had this idea for something I've wanted to do for a little bit. It involves felt, and it involves this shape. Whoop, this shape specifically. I think these are called pendants, but I want to make them for places I've never been. And yes, I'm hiding its identity. And whether that's so you don't know where I went, or so that where I went doesn't know where I am now, is unimportant. I can use that to trace. Fun fact, that's unimportant. So I got these back when I did that daisy, that protruding from the painting, which is honestly my favorite thing I've ever created. And so I have ideas for new ones of those I want to do. But first, I wanted to start a little simpler and do flat things and design something on a pendant. And I specifically wanted to do places that I've never been, but I think it'd be cool to have like souvenirs from those places. And the first one that always comes to mind is probably the place I would love to visit the most. Let me just get a little shape here. Can we see it? The Shire. And I was rolling around ideas before this, and I was like, oh, do I want to make it look like a school, like the Shire U or something like that? But I think I just want it to be more like a souvenir, like I visited the place. The original design I had in my head was going to be a lot more complicated. Now I'm seeing the size that I'm going to be working in. I mean, actually, where are my scissors? I do have some dinky scissors. Don't do that at home, kids. But I don't think I'm going to be able to do very intricate shapes. So I got to think in simple, bold shapes. So I think it's going to be a really fun exercise. Anyway, we have to have the door. And I feel like the only place it's really going to fit is over here. You know, our little hobbit door. And then the hobbit doors usually have a roof. Then they have their little pathways, which would be cool to have it kind of go off in between a hill or two. Oh, wait, that actually works perfectly because, like, the door's in the hill, and then we have another one. We could, depending on my abilities to cut circles. That sounded like my ability to cut corners, and I am very good at that. But we could have another one here. But yeah, and then I want like little flowers everywhere. I want like lots of rainbowy colors and happiness. And so then we'd have like little circles going off in the distance for that path that goes that way. And then I feel like there's usually a fence of some kind. But the problem here is I also want words. And we're running out of space for words because the background is so intricate. And this pendant is very simple. So I need to think simpler. Didn't know my thoughts were so complex. It would be cool if I could see the top of this hill so you could put a little tree. Okay, I'm adding more things. No, we need less things. The other thing that I could do is sew it, but I don't want to do that. We're going to use hot glue. This goes to a teeny tip at the end. I also saw online that like sometimes they add like ties on the back so you can tie it to something. Ooh, this color. For like the walls around the green door. Well, this is going to be using a lot less felt than I thought too because it's so small. So hey, it's like Mucinex green. Like I don't know. Why is this one floppy? Oh wait, I take it back. This is Mucinex green. These are just insane. Have it like go over top of everything. So you'd have like the words. I can't read that. But it would be a lot thicker. I'm going to draw it a little bigger. Pendant. Let's put the words in first. Oh shoot, this is almost the same size. Can I cut something that small? I guess we will find out. And I want big word of the shot. Ooh, look at the little curly. Let's see if I can spell it correctly. You know, sometimes when you're like focused on how you want letters to look, you forget how to spell the word. A cool way to make something look more like a font and less like handwriting is to make sure that like your horizontal sections kind of all line up. Feels Lord of the Ringsy, doesn't it? Little Middle Earthy. Ooh, we could pull this down. Again, I don't know what I'm able to do with these. But these, you know, these are not as dexterous as these. Honestly, that's kind of cute. I'm not gonna lie. Like, if you saw that in felt, it wouldn't be that bad. I obviously want a little more. How do we fit? Could we make the door smaller? I want it to like. I don't want any tangents with my letters either. So. Center of the door. I want to be able to see this path that kind of like, I really like the way that like went off into the distance. I don't know how much you'll see, but they should get smaller. And then this could show you where this hill goes. I like the way that one goes off the edge. But if we do it this way, this one can go off the edge. Okay, we gotta avoid those tangents with the letters. Yeah, I think it was smart to have the letters first. We could create like a little like rough edge of this hill. The Shire is like the overwhelming Hobbit. No, actually, isn't it a smaller part of Hobbiton? Do we have Hobbiton, then we have the Shire, and then we have, where's Hobbiton in the Shire? Ooh, I'm making some nerds really upset. Can I phone a friend? Because I know Buckland's in the Shire, so maybe Hobbiton is in the Shire, and in the middle of Hobbiton is Bag End. That feels right. Why'd you do that in marker, you might be asking? So that I can erase this stuff, and the marker stays. Probably should have done the Shire part in marker as well. Now I'm picturing the Shire kind of skinny font, but then having another layer of felt behind it that's thicker and another contrasting color so that it really pops. Because I kind of want the background to have a lot of flowers and little circly doodads with the other felt that's going to be all layered. If I'm having a skinny font, it's got to really show up. It's either that or make it a lot thicker. But we'll figure that out when we get there. Get rid of this tree. I'm sorry. Bye, tree. I hate when you like drive by a place and you can tell there's trees missing, but you don't really remember what the trees look like. You just know they're gone, and so you're grieving. I thought that was a hill, but it was the H, and I think it was actually both, which is a problem. So let's do this hill a little lower. Ooh, see, but now we have everything converging on this same point, and it's where the eye comes down. See, I'll be able to jiggle stuff, though, when it's felt, so it might be okay. The only problem is, like, the letters obviously get smaller, so there's only going to be so much room for jiggling. I have the Backstreet Boys stuck in my head for some reason, and I don't know if you've ever heard Shape of My Heart. They rhyme, if I'm not mistaken. They rhyme beautiful with tragical. I'm just pausing and letting you take that in. Anyway, welcome to the 90s. So we can have, like, lots of little flowers here to like add texture. I don't think we're gonna need a lot actually. I think if they're contrasting bright like pinky colors and red from the green, well, probably not red because it's green, but like some yellows, some pinks, like we won't need as many as I'm thinking, and it'll still have a lot of pop of color and look full. Oh, I think this is taking form. I'm picturing like a beam that supports this, kind of have the greenery. Well, no, we need to simplify that shape. That is too complicated. Although it is going to be a different color. But I was thinking, what if there's like a little root? A little squiggly root. And we went 15 minutes over my 8 minutes. Ah! Guess I gotta go. We'll be back. Where did the time go? And I'm back. And a little lost. It's so hard to jump back into something. Okay. Let me think. I mean, this is what I got. Where were we? Honestly, it looks kind of done. Oh, this part. This part. I feel like this tree also should be like angled differently. Because they are going to be like flat colors. Like I can't put too much detail in this, you know? So, but this also might all end up being filled in, you know? Because I want it to have like a thick border around it. Oh yeah, that looks way better with the brick. I was like, something looks blah. See, I got to think about it while I'm drawing these like details. How am I gonna do that with like simpler shapes, you know? It's kind of hard to process, but that's why we sketch it first. See, I can't do shading either. I can cut a darker brown as a sort of shading. This tree either needs to go or be incorporated more into it. I think it feels very like unnecessary. Yeah, see, it doesn't look worse without it, so it's definitely not necessary. I see one of these. I'll just show you. Why not? See how like the tree is more incorporated into the actual house design? So that's something we could think about. There isn't a lot of space here either, so I also like the way the grass was bushier, so we can maybe just, when we're cutting out that shape, add more texture to the edge so it's like longer grass. Oh, that looks really cool actually. Just a little extra, you know? Okay, do you see how it is better? Like it's more incorporated into the whole scene, but it's still not there. Like I just don't know if you're gonna know it's a tree. Ooh, okay, that little blob, that did something. Maybe have this shrink as it goes too. Maybe it's just too thick. Now, is there something? I could put like a little hole. Oh, we could use a different color and make a shape like that. But then we have lots of options too. Ooh, did you see that? How that line made a big difference? Or the triangle, I just had a little triangle and I'm like, ooh. It makes it look like there's a curvature there with the root popping out. I think, because I want more of this yellow showing. So there's less squares to cut out. You catch my drift? Door handle. I'm looking at this and I'm wondering if this is probably AI. It doesn't actually make a lot of sense. Oh, I think this is definitely AI. I'm like reaching my boomer age because I can't tell. Like, it's not an instant thing. It's so annoying. I literally can't tell half the time. Pinterest is just riddled with AI. And usually the only way I can tell is if someone leaves a comment and they're like, this is AI. And then I'm like, wait, what? And I have to look back at it. And I'm like, ugh. And then I see the finger that's like, ugh. Now, does somebody need to go over here? A mailbox? Now, to be fair, if I was a hobbit, I'd probably live in Buckland because I like swimming. But, you know, honestly, we're probably just going to be experimenting. Why don't we just jump into it? What is the background? Probably blue for the sky. Oh, we really have to figure out all the colors here because if I pick the one wrong color and I cut it and then I don't have a color to do, you know what I mean? Let's take you, give you a little cutout. Oh, you know what? A ruler. I'll use a ruler. And I just line up these and it creates the shape. Do you think I could use, like, would a, what's it called? What is it called? An X-Acto knife would cut this? That'd be a lot easier to do straight lines. Look, it's pink. I do need a cutting surface though. But I have this. Oop, I just poked myself. Am I bleeding? That was terrifying. Did it work? It just came right off. Oh, how amazing. Now we can use that for something potentially. And we're going. This is actually really satisfying, I'm not gonna lie. Ooh, look at the fuzzies. Collecting fuzzes. Ooh, we're getting somewhere. Look, we have our shape. And now we have to work from the back forward. So my guess would be this hill is next. Can you picture it? I don't know, I'm not really liking the way the colors look, but it's what I've got. So maybe I should keep these two hills the same color. I can always trim it, I can't make it bigger. Ooh, look, we have a hill. How's it look? Oh, that's backwards. Ta-da! That's kind of cool. It's nice that they kind of stick together to a certain extent. There's my eyeball in. This really is just kind of hoping for the best. I don't know how else to describe this. Because, like, you can't put it back together once you've cut it. Measure twice, cut once. Or just really eyeball it. That counts too. When it like just pops out. Oh, that is satisfying. Hey, we're covering the poop. Watch. Bye-bye, poop. Also, need to find a way to erase that. I didn't expect it to show. Oh shoot, that's making it worse. Oh no. Well, we might have to use the back of it. Well, if there were any pretenses that I knew what I was doing, I think they're definitely gone now. Oh, and that was supposed to be all jaggedy too. Ah! I don't have enough felt to be making these kind of mistakes. I think we're about to display poop. Luckily, everything is reversible. Oh, no, it's not. Oh, wait. Excuse me while I use my brain for a split second. Ta-da! Clean as a whistle. I need a circle about that big. Making it up as we go. And now I just have to think circular thoughts. Excuse me while I cut these corners. Oh, it's a little hobbit door. And it needs a door handle. Boop. Okay, that makes me very happy. You gotta find the little wins when everything's falling apart. Ooh, I really like this red one. So maybe just cut a larger circle out around him. This is actually still too big. Oh no, I made the door too big. Where am I gonna put the little pavers? I think what might be most convenient is to get the base yellow which is what we're going to put all the brown trim on. And then we'll know what size to do the brown trim. So I'm going to start by just cutting out a square roughly about this size. So we can kind of just put it down and then trim it from there. I'm trying to think where I want the point to be. I mean, I could cut that off. So it'd be a beam here, beam here, beam here. Goes up, comes down. Which means my door has to fit in this tiny circle. And look at the size. But I think we're on the right track now. Like when I know what that size is, then I can move from there. Oh, that actually was not the right thing to do. No. Well, commit. Because now there's still no room for that paver. We could still have the pavers go that way. I'm going to cut this out in our wood brown color. And then we can trim away from that what the wood will actually be. Keep your fingers crossed because I don't know if this is going to work. Now we have the plaster and the wood. Now we have to cut away the wood and reveal that shape. But I know it has to follow this shape. So I'm going to grab a little hole out of here. Oh wow, I can't even see where I've cut. It's like drawing with a knife. You just can't see where you've cut. It's the only problem. Hey! It looks like a barn. Actually, it looks like a building at night with the light on. Doing the opposite of what I said, and I'm cutting way bigger than I mean to. Oh no! I need a tiny little door in there. Alright, I'm getting deep into the ugly stages here, and I'm losing my faith in this project, but we are going to keep going. Honestly, a big part of it is the color. I just am not liking the way the colors are lining up. I don't like any of it enough to glue any down, so I'm just like fighting all of these pieces. Ooh, the ugly stage sure is ugly. She says, hoping there will be a stage after this. Oh, that looks kind of cool. I like that line. Crazy how different that made it look. Let's get this door the right size. She needs to be way smaller. It's still pretty big. That's probably the size the brown circle needs to be. This is kind of fun. And since I said that, why not use it? Oh, things are starting to take a little more shape. All right. But this is so small. Is this right? I mean, I guess I still have more to cut. I have more green if I need it. Okay. That looks way better. I think the brown's a little too big now, actually. Now the door handle is enormous. Could I get away with that? It has potential. And I'm not liking this back hill color, which I fought with for so long. But I do think it's not right. Might be time to glue some of this. I want to cut this. And I'm doing it. Can you tell which medium I'm more proficient in? I actually don't like this green at all anymore. If I were to do that in a different color, what would I use? Why not? What else am I going to do with this felt? What else am I going to do with it? Better or worse? Is it 1 or 2? 1 or 2? Oh, I think that's way better. I might even need to replace this. Yeah, way better. We're like miles ahead of where we were. And I'm going to try and cut some of this kind of grassy texture. Like they don't really cut it, you know? Oh no, all these little things. I can't even use a lint roller because it's going to take everything with it. What about this? Do we want this one to be the same color? Okay, I don't think it's exaggerated enough. It kind of just looks like I cut it really bad. Okay, how's she look? Better, and then we'll have like the big old tree trunk coming out of there. We improving? Honestly, it might be cool to have a little piece of grass kind of coming over top of all this. I've got an idea. There's no going back from this idea, so hopefully it works. I'm about to cut the roof off of this. Probably be gluing this stuff down so it stops getting lost. And then bringing this down. What shape would this be? Drawing with my finger. See, this is why I haven't glued it. I need these pieces. It's like you gotta keep putting it back together and taking it apart and putting it together and taking it apart. I just want to draw now. I want to go home. Okay, wait, I got an idea. think grassy shapes. It needs, ooh, because this is the bendy one, I can actually have it like bend around. Something like this was my idea. It's got bangs. Now, do we still want, oh, and leave space for the jaggedy. Gotta remember that. It's just the goopy one. It's hard to cut. See me leaving space? Ooh. Don't I have a great memory? I'm thinking the wind's blowing this way, so I want everything to kind of come that way. Ooh, see, now we have way less contrast, though. That's gonna happen. This is looking so cheesy compared to the way it looked in my mind. But I'm gonna finish it. I don't care. It would look a lot cooler with the stitching. Now, can we get away with these fun shapes that got me so excited? Like, I've gotten to this point where I know what kind of makes me grumpy and what doesn't. Like, what grinds my gears. Teeny tiny pieces, they're one of those things. It does look like light hitting it, though. But nothing else has light hitting it, so I think we need to keep it simple. And keep me sane. Which is even more important. Wow, next up we have the font, which I've learned when I was doing felt blankets and like embroidering little letters onto them. You can't write on your felt, you know, what you want it to say. You have to write it in reverse, otherwise you've got the drawing on the side that's visible. I have no idea how I'm gonna do this. Have I said that about every single part? Well, it's because I don't know what I'm doing. Ooh, do I do it? Because I'm going to recreate all these letters, and then we will cut the piece of paper out, and that should end up with the right direction. Oh, look, I can pick this up and move it. Get it out of the way. Just trace this so I have a better idea. And it needs to fit about here. All right, that's our space. I don't know how thick it's going to be either. It's that lower. Oh, we got ran out of space. But luckily, when I cut these out, they can go anywhere. All right, we like it. I mean, I do. I don't know about you. Now I cut this out. Oh, these are not my paper scissors. Shoot. Ta-da! Hire me! I'll be at the Shire. It's actually a much easier way to do this. I should have done the whole thing this way. Oh, look, it's looking good. Have you ever seen something so delicate? Oh, I'm so proud of this. It's ridiculous. It's not as delicate and dainty as the S. It's probably the lack of curves. Ta-da! Okay, yeah, I definitely like the squiggly ones the best. It's coming together, people! It's coming together! They're actually a little too big somehow. Probably the way I cut them, because it kind of went outside the lines. I'm glad I used this little wood thing, because I can move it around. It's coming together. It's that almost done feeling. You might need a glue stick. Like if I put this here, yeah, there's going to be spaces where I need to cut around where I wouldn't want it to be separated, you know? So I think we are going to have to glue it all down first. Ta-da! Oh, that looks so good. I like that. Okay, now we just cut this out. Cut out the broad shape of it first. Shire LaBeouf! And then we'll decide what to do from there. We'll see, if I do it this way, though, you're not going to see anything behind this because it's one big blob. Wow, you don't see anything! All that work! What's something we can glue? While my glue gun's hot. Scoot you over there. Just looking for something to latch on to. Ta-da! It is permanently fused, people. Although this one, since it's not the stiff kind, probably should have a little bit more glue. Now we gotta trim that. I'm gonna glue it first so that I can't accidentally trim it too little or too much. Oh, it's so cool. I can pick it up and it can't fall apart. The reishi. She-ray. Shire. Actually, I just realized I can trim the yellow. There's no way to see it. I just walked away and came back, and this looks so juvenile. I mean, that doesn't have to be a bad thing. It's just, you know that thing you create in your mind and then you try to put it on paper? I've gotten a lot better at putting it on paper than putting it in felt. And that's okay. That's okay. That's okay. We've got an eye. Nice and slim. This gives it more a university vibe too, which is perfect. I'm learning something about myself. I like cutting things. We're hiring. I'm craving chocolate. Where did this come from? I don't know. I do not know. All I know is it's here and it's strong. There's too many things and too many pieces. Oh, here it is. Is that the right size? Try it on. Okay. Now we can like put these literally however we want. It's so small. There we go. Look at this. Look at this action. We got a T. Luckily, all of these letters are very square. Oh, it's working. A little skinny on one of those, but around our room. Now we have to commit. Are you ready for some commitment? This whole thing's been a test of commitment. There's a lot of effort that's being blocked out here. Let me mourn it. All right, I'm done. We've got the tangent of lining up with this and the tangent of lining up with that. We played that one wrong. I'm just gonna glue it down. I'm done looking at this thing. They're moving. Stop moving. And the H. A lot of layers they have to reach. And the big S. A little glue back here. Let's try it out a little bit. The Shire. Oh my gosh, it's actually kind of cute. Yeah, with a little bit of practice, I might get a vibe for how this works. Yikes. You gotta really be stingy with the glue on these. They're so small. Well, I guess they're gonna bounce around. Oh my gosh, it's coming together. It's coming together. We made it past the ugly stage. Now we need to add some little flowers. Put these, oh cute. These could also be the center of a flower. Where was that pink? I'll try a bigger circle with the yellow dot in the middle. Okay, yeah, the only problem is the yellow blends in with the pink. Okay, that's actually cute with just the 3. Can I like make this flower shaped? It's almost like a star. So let's give it a bit swamp vibes. I don't want this to look like Shrek's house. Not crazy about the pink, actually. We could do purple, we could do blue. Yeah, I don't want any more yellow. There's too much yellow over there. How's this? How is this shaping up? Is this too many? Are we reaching the too many threshold? I think we're there. Let's just glue it all down. Try to, with as little spidey webs as possible. Ow! Ow! I touched it. Actually, I kind of like the way that blue looks on there. Maybe we will add a blue blob. What if I just like build up a bunch of glue? Like a tower? So it stays up, but it's fixed. Look at it. Look at it. Just look at it. It looks like a Dr. Seuss book. And Shire has stopped looking like a word, so hopefully that is spelled correctly. So now I just need our border here. I could do it in black. Ooh, ooh. Or we have white. I just don't know what I did with the white. Because I am very unorganized today. Oh, here it is. Actually, it doesn't look as white as I remember. It's kind of see-through. These are options. White or black. I feel like the black is speaking to me. I might do the same size as this. Yep. So we're going 2 inches. Straight line. You know, if we work really good if I got my flat iron and ironed this seam. Guess you would need to sew that, wouldn't you? Oh, that looks kind of cool. If I get this out of the way. Wait. Doesn't that look cool? Oh my gosh, it's coming together. It's the finishing touches. Oh, oh. Doesn't that look like... It's given Easter Dr. Seuss. But we'll fix it there first. And then we'll figure everything else out from there. Lots of glue. We want this very sturdy. Whoa, this got dirty back here. Oh wait, no, that's from the sketch. Then we just fold that piece down. I was gonna try and leave an opening to stick like a stick in it. I just don't know how well it's gonna work. I just gotta stand here. Woo! Oh, nope, nope, we weren't ready. Look, you see those monster teeth? Holy cow. Wait till it's not warm anymore. Look at what I made. I think this is so funny. This is just not at all what I pictured, and yet it has all the elements that I wanted. I think it's just the medium holding me back. Or no, I should say my skills in the medium. I'll be honest, my favorite part might be the word the. I like the way it bounces around and it's just like, it's not trying to be anything, it's not. I think she's done. I think we'll call that complete. The day is pretty much done. Oh my gosh, it is late. Okay, yeah. That will do it. I had fun. There's a reason art is my thing. I mean, drawing specifically is my thing. Let me know if you've ever made anything with felt, because I'm definitely picking up on some skills that might be necessary. Like just the ability to create something without needing to draw it first. Like to be able to put that flat shape into your mind and to trace it out with the knife, I think creates much cooler things than trying to do it any other way. But yeah, that's really fun. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you all doing great, and I hope you have a delicious evening full of waffles. Well, that was weird to say.